Hello guys, Furball the Hammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster is back again for another Hypixel Skyblock video. As we all know, Hypixel Skyblock had many game-breaking bugs, for example the backpack duplication bug, which allowed you to duplicate the items in your backpack, almost breaking the economy, but thanks to the staff's quick intervention by shutting down servers and checking every player's island and inventories, the economy survived. However, did you know that many game-breaking bugs existed back in the days before even the backpack duplication glitch? Some less game-breaking than others, but all of the next few bugs I'm gonna discuss today made a significant impact on the economy, and they are old bugs, back in the days when only OG players will know. So feel free to comment down in the comment section down below as to how many of these bugs did you originally know before this video. And with that, let's jump into the bugs of Hypixel. So first and foremost, the first bug I would like to discuss today would be the Tarantula Vader Axe abuse. This is one of the most recent abuse that I'm going to talk about today. Essentially, back then, the Raider's Axe gives you plus 25 coins per kill on a level 10 or higher mob, and it works on your island without having to even physically use your mouse to click to physically kill a mob. And since Tarantula and Revenant minions spawn level 10 plus mobs, and with unstable dragon armor, dealing damage on islands, this made it so that you could literally set up 19 or more Tarantula and Revenant minions, hold the Raider's Axe in your hand, and sit above the minions with an AFK machine while wearing unstable dragon armor or blaze armor, and you will just gain massive amounts of coins, as the unstable dragon armor will occasionally strike lightning on the Tarantula and on the Revenant minions. In fact, fun fact, the Tarantula dragon armor ability actually strikes enemies for 3000 flat damage, and it always activates once every 20 or so seconds. So it actually doesn't take very long to kill a lot of mobs and to get a bunch of coins while you are AFK. And in fact, we are talking about 1 mil per hour by doing nothing. However, the admins did resolve this bug within 3 weeks or 2 weeks when the bug was officially announced on the forums and people started abusing it. But after the Tarantula Raider's Axe abuse, people literally had millions of coins sitting around because they did nothing, and they just got millions of coins literally by just sitting around, not even joking. And with that, let us move on to the second bug, known as the Regeneration 7 Potion Abuse. This is the oldest bug that I know about, and after much digging, it was basically during the first 1 to 2 months when Skyblock was first released. Essentially, there was this bug where you can sell potions to NPCs, and today you can also sell potions to NPCs, but for Regeneration 7 potions, specifically Regeneration 7 potions, when sold, they sold for 50,000 coins each. And all you needed was an enchanted redstone lamp plus an enchanted gas tier, and with that you can make 3 potions. It was not a well-known bug as it was only confined to the archives of the Hypixel Skyblock forums, and the user who found the bug, named Not a Neko, reported it quickly while abusing it and got 50 million coins, which back in the days was huge. Back in the days, 1 million coins was like the level of like status, like you were basically rich. In the first 1 to 2 months when Skyblock was released, if you had 1 mil, you were considered rich, and I mean like very rich. And yeah, this created a lot of controversy, which shortly led to the user Not a Neko to slide into silence to hide under the flames and threats player gave the user. Man, doesn't money bring out the best of us humans? But honestly speaking, Not a Neko was not punished, as the user actually reported the issue. However, the user also abused the issue while the admins are trying to fix the problem. So yeah, it's kind of controversial as to whether the person deserves to get banned and whatnot. And now moving on to the third bug that we are going to discuss in today's video, also known as the Enchanting level 50 bug. Simply put, this bug wasn't known by many as well, but it's one of the more recent bugs. Essentially, if you kept splashing yourself with potions, you could keep splashing yourself with EXP potions, Grand EXP potions, or even Titanic EXP potions until you passed a certain amount of levels, which I heard was 1000 levels, where the EXP system would break and you could enchant things infinitely for free without losing your enchantment levels. This led to players who knew about the existence of the bug to abuse it and spam level 40 enchants once they achieved the bug, and it created more saga for first place frags before Menetrix decided to slam his foot down and ban everyone in the guild who abused this bug, which led to a huge fiasco on the forums, and shortly after, the separation of the guild as Z Banana, not Menacing Banana, similar usernames but totally different people. And in fact, Z Banana was kicked by Menetrix, and he shortly flamed Menetrix afterwards for barely hitting his guild requirements despite setting his guild requirements higher every single time. And they shortly split as the guild split into half, and Z Banana created a new FPF guild, which is what it is today. I was in FPF back then and was a sitting spectator as I saw the drama and stuff unfold in front of my eyes, which was when I decided to leave FPF and join Flexing Chimps, a similar endgame guild that I am currently in, and I have no intentions to ever return to first place frags. Personally, I mean, for me, I don't really mind about what guild I am, but when a guild like first place frags has a lot of negative connotations associated to it, I don't really want to be related to them. But on the other hand, I would also like to stress that just because first place frags has a bad reputation, please do not assume that everyone in there is bad. I used to be from first place frags, I didn't abuse a single bug, and I'm pretty sure the majority of players there also didn't. However, the minority of the other people there are bad apples, and because of that, they ruined their entire guild. And people think they are bad, bug abusers, and all of these negative connotations. So I would like to enforce the idea that please don't go around flaming individuals from FPF, because for all you know, they might just be a new member, or 2, they might have chosen not to abuse any bugs, and 3, they might be completely innocent, you know. So with that, let us move on to number 4, also known as the Spooky Festival Duplication bug. Back in the days of Skyblock, when the Spooky Festival existed and the Skeleton Horse was the only pet in Hypixel Skyblock that existed, getting 2,400 points in the Spooky Festival to get the Skeleton Horse pet was highly valued. And with that, many players tried to abuse bugs and glitches to get 2,400 points to qualify for the pet. Some players used pearl spammers as Enderman spawn from pearls used to drop candy, while some other players used the bone abuse bugs for skeletons, where the bones dropped from the skeletons would summon skeletons if not picked up, allowing you to spawn more and faster skeletons to feed your kill and candy point count. However, I am not here to talk about these puny bugs. The true big daddy of bugs that surpassed them all was the candy point duplication bug. Essentially, all you had to do was to just get the nether biome stick, which you could then give it to Jerry to change your island to a nether biome, which caused bits to explode when you right click, similarly as per usual in the nether in vanilla Minecraft. However, if you place a chest next to the bit and filled it up with green or purple candies and right click the bit will blow up the chest, and as per usual, the candies will drop out of the chest. However, when you picked up the candies, they will be calculated as new candies and count towards your candy points. This led to players abusing it and getting 2,400, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and even nearing the 10,000 point mark during the event. This bug was relatively new, but this bug resulted in many players getting the Skeleton Horse, especially for those guilds who knew about the existence of this bug. Next up will be the Magic Find Slayer bug. Remember the days when plus 75% Magic Find was the best? Yeah, when they released the Slayer energy drinks with plus 10% Magic Find, they also created a massive bug. Essentially, the Magic Find stacked, so you could drink Magic Find potions and their Magic Find values would stack. This made it so that you can get anything from a modest plus 300% Magic Find to a ridiculous plus 6,385% Magic Find, which was the largest Magic Find value I found on a screenshot from someone abusing the bug, and they got an overflux capacitator. When will I ever get my overflux capacitor? And with that, please don't leave yet because I have a bonus fact. In fact, the number 6 bug that I found while scavenging the internet and to look around at the Hypixel forums was the dark auction free items abuse. Number 6. Remember the days when the piggy bank was removed and we lost one of the most convenient items for us to redraw and deposit money? Yeah, me too, and I feel old now when I'm thinking about it. But back then, when they removed the piggy bank bug, which allowed you to withdraw and deposit money whenever you wanted, with no cooldown. They eventually fixed the piggy bank bug and replaced it with a personal bank item, which you can see in your emerald collection, which allowed you to deposit and withdraw items under a certain cooldown, which can then be reduced by paying the NPC called Guy. Very weird name. I mean, it's just a tree. I mean, it's not a weird name, it's just inconspicuous. And you can find the guy behind the event stand where the New Year festival is always held. So the bug that I'm talking about here isn't the piggy bank bug that was so well known, it will be dumb to talk about it in this video. So the bug I'm talking about was with the personal bank item. In fact, few of you guys know this, but all you needed to do was to go into the dark auction, bid as high as the amount of money you brought into the dark auction within your purse, and afterwards, before you won the auction, open your personal bank item and deposit all your coins in there. And when you won the auction, money couldn't be deducted from your purse since you deposited all of it into your bank. This bug is also attributed to the fact that when you bid on items in the dark auction, it only checks for the money you have in your purse without withholding it or taking it away until the auction ends. Hence, you could just deposit your coins and bid 500 million coins on a Midas, Spirit Mask, or even level 6 books, and whatever item you wanted, and get it for absolutely free. The bug only existed for one dark auction though, and I would like to commend the staff's efficiency on this. Oh, and if you haven't realized, the common sharing point of all 6 of these bugs that I shared was that no one was officially banned by staff for abusing any of these glitches, with the exception for the Spooky Festival point duplication bug, where some players who abused the bug got their skeleton horses removed, but still kept everything else, including the 1 million coins, Vampirism 6 books, and even the vampire masks. However, that being said, Hypixel has been handing out judgments and punishments a lot more fairly recently, as they now ban scammers and IRL traders if there is sufficient proof. Furthermore, back in the day, Skyblock essentially would have created a game-breaking bug whenever a new update was rolled. Literally, it was that bad, so thank the admins for getting their stuff together these days and not accidentally creating a monstrosity by accident. So hence, I hope you guys learned a thing or two from Hypixel Skyblock's history, and oh boy, I do feel old now after this video. So be sure to like and comment down in the description below if you didn't know any of these bugs, and to consider subscribing for future videos. And with that, this is Furball the Hammy, the introverted hamster, signing out.